Hi coders, my name is Bhupinder and I welcome you to my channel Addictive Learning. So today's video we are going to see what is Fastify and how we can connect MySQL database with Fastify, and after connecting we'll also see how we can make some endpoints in Fastify, and this we are gonna also see the folder structure that you can follow up if you are working in Fastify. So first of all, what is Fastify? So guys, Fastify is a framework for Node.js, and it is inspired by Express. If you see and look at the documentation of Fastify, uh, let me take you to the home page. So they have already mentioned why do we have to use Fastify. So Fastify is a web framework highly focused on providing the best developer experience with the least overhead and a powerful plugin architecture. So it is inspired by Happy and Express, and it is they have also mentioned this line. It is one of the fastest web framework in town, and who all the companies are using it. You can see these are the companies which are using Fastify. The core feature of Fastify: high performing, extensible, schema based logging, developer friendly, TypeScript ready. This. So we are going to see first uh, how we can connect Fastify with MySQL database, and then we'll make some endpoint in Fastify. Okay. So what I'll do first, I'll my column is already open, so from here I'll go to my courses folder. So for that I have to cd desktop and then courses, and here I'll create a folder which will be mkdir fastify dash mysql, and then I'll go inside this folder fastify, and I'll type here first npm init dash y. What will this command do? This command will skip all the manual step for us. So okay, now we'll paste that command to install Fastify here, and we'll wait here to download it. So जब तक ये डाउनलोड हो रहा है ना, while it is downloading, let's have a look at documentation. So it is it will be similar to Express because it is inspired by Express. So if you go inside request, request like we also use request in Express, and there's a difference. If you see reply, we use response in Express, but here we have to use reply to get the response. Okay, and let's see what all the things we have in request. Yes, query, body, params, headers. So these things are similar to Express, because if you see that Express documentation, you will have the same things there. So, and also if you see the request, what do we have request? Status code. So we'll use this send to send the data, and status code. Okay. So let's get started. Let's just start typing code. So let's just open not this. Oh, not this one. Hmm. So we'll firstly open the Visual Studio Code. So first of all, I'll create some folder because I love to organize my code. So for that, I'll create some folders. The first folder will be helper. Inside helper, I'll write all the extra stuff which is required by our application. Okay, and the second folder will be config. In config folder, I'll store all the database related stuff, and the third folder routes. Okay, so, and also I'll create a server.js file the root server.js file, and here we can start typing the code. Okay, so firstly we have to import the Fastify. For that we'll use con fastify equal to require and then Fastify. Oh, Fastify, and we have to give a parenthesis like this. Okay, and then what we'll do, we'll create a function, and that function will be async start server, and that this function will be async and also arrow function. What we'll do here, we'll simply async, then we have to use await, then we'll use fastify, and then listen, and then listen will take two parameter. First one is the port on which port our application is going to be run, and the second parameter will be a callback which will take two parameter, error and the port. Okay, and then this, and what we can do, if we get error, then we are going to return the error. If we don't get error, then what we are going to do, we are going to simply uh, console log the, we'll use backtick server is running on port, oh, oh, on port this. Okay, so let me just take this code and try and catch block. So try, we'll post all the code here and then catch, give it error, we'll console the error here also, and also stop this process. So dot process dot exist. Okay, it will stop the process, and then we'll simply call this function start. Okay, so चलो अब देखते हैं whether it is working or not. So let me just open my Chromium, and here I'll type nodemon server.js. So as you can see, server has started on port 3000. So we are good to move ahead. So now our server has started on port 3000. Now what next? So now what next? We'll write the code for the DB. But before writing the code, we have to install the MySQL as a dependency. For that, what we'll do? We'll open a terminal. We'll install MySQL. While it is downloading, let me just create a file db.js. Inside db.js, we'll write all the code to connecting the MySQL database with Fastify. So what I'll do here, I'll simply import, or you can say require MySQL, and then we'll use here const tool equal to MySQL dot require, sorry, not require, uh, dot create pool, and inside this create pool we are going to give some key of MySQL. So the first key will be host, and the second is user, and the third user password, the fourth port, and the fifth database. Okay. So right now I am not writing any credential right now, because I will create a separate file, because I don't want to expose the my database credential directly. So I will use a file called constant.json. So inside this file I'll use db.host equal to, oh sorry, this is JSON, so I'll have to use db.host, that will be equal to local local host, and next db dot user, next db dot pass equal to, next db dot port, and next host user password port database, db dot database. Okay, so our username is root, but password is India at the rate 100, and port, our MySQL is running on port 3306, and database we will use data as a database. Okay, and here we'll first import that file const uh, con let's say config. Okay, con, config equal to require, and then इसी डायरेक्टरी में तो we'll use okay, and after this we'll use config dot dbhost, and then config dot dbuser, and next config dot password dbpassword, and next config dot port, and next config dot database. Okay, so after writing this, what we'll do, we'll simply connect this uh, pool dot, we have a function get connect, and this function, if we get error, then we are going to console the error connecting to db. Okay, and we'll also use the stack, and and here you can also write the question to exit. ठीक है, and अगर if we don't get error, then we are going to simply console dot log connected to db. Okay, and now we are also going to make a function in which will pass our query in the array, so that we don't have to uh, to write that thing again and again. So we are writing that thing once, and then we will use that thing again and again. So what I'll do, I'll make a function here, execute query, and it will take query and array params, and this will return new promise, and this promise will take this parameter resolve and reject, and we'll wrap our all the code inside try and catch block. Error, if we get error, we simply reject the error, and here we'll use pool dot query, and first parameter will be query, and the second one array params, and here we'll pass a callback function if we get error, otherwise data, So if we get error, then we simply console.log error executing the query. Okay, and we also will return the error, reject the error, sorry, reject the error. And if we don't get error, then we simply resolve the data. Okay, and simply we are going to export this function module dot export equal to execute. Okay, and we are going to use this function here. So simply we will use const. Here we'll write, or we simply destructure that require, and where it is inside helper not config and db, and from here we can extract the function zip query. Now if we refresh, we should be able to see whether database connected or not. As you can see, our data, we are connected to MySQL database, so we are good to move ahead. After connecting the database, what I'll do, I'll write here a simple endpoint fastified dot get, and the get I'll customers, and here we can use request and reply, and then we can wrap our code inside try and catch block. If we get error, we are going to uh, reply dot status 500, and then dot send whatever the error. Okay, otherwise what we are going to do, we are going to use async and await too, so we will make this function async. And now I'll write here customer data equal to await, and then execute query, the first query. So let me see the database first. Customer, yes, customers. So I will do first query, select star from customer, and the second parameter will be empty array. Okay, and now we can send this reply dot status equal to 200, and then dot send equal to customer data. So guys, now if we try to try to hit this endpoint, we should be able to get the response. So let's just check whether we are getting the data or not. So I'll just copy this customer. Oh, so we open MySQL, sorry, Postman, and will what is happening? What is now? What is taking time to open? Okay, so our server is running on 3000, and then customer. Okay, now if I hit, we should be able to get the response from the server. As you can see guys, we are getting the response. That means we are getting the response from the server, and the endpoint that we have made, it is working absolutely fine. So guys, this is how you can connect Fastify with the MySQL database, and after connecting you can also make the endpoint. But we are not going to do this. We don't want to make all the endpoints in server.js. We'll organize our endpoint too. So what I will do, I'll simply inside route I'll create a file called customer.js, and Here I'll need db, so I'll just copy from here and we'll paste this here. And then, so let me just first because correct the path. So we are right now inside routes, so we have to go here and then db dot. Okay, so now, and from here, uh, so we can remove this line from here. And then we are going to make a function here, and the function get all customers, and this function will be async function, async, and we'll take request and reply, and this function will be arrow function. And then here we can copy and paste our code from here. uh, Paste it here. Okay, and simply we can export this module dot export equal to get or customer, get or customer, like this. Okay, and from here we can remove this stuff. Okay, after doing this, then we will also have to create another file for routes. So here I'll create a customer routes.js. Here I'll need customer first, the function that I have just made, and that is that file process in the same directory, so just customer. Okay, and then what I'll do, I'll create a function here, and this function will be async function, async function. The function name will be routes, and it will take specify, and inside this function what we are going to do, we are going to mention our all the routes. The first one is get, and so customers, we can write a customer like this, and customer dot get all customer. Okay, and then we simply export this function from here. So module dot export equal to routes. Okay, now we have to register that routes inside that server.js file. So what we'll do here, here we'll simply first get that route. So we'll require, and this will be inside routes, and the file name is customer routes. Okay, after getting this file, then we have to tell Fastify to register this route. So for that we have to use Fastify and then register, and then we have to pass this routes like this. Okay, so up now if we go and check this again, so we should be able to get the same response as we got earlier. So now if I hit, yes, we are getting the same response as we got earlier. So now it is working absolutely fine. The only difference is the structure in folder. Now our code is well maintained, well organized. Okay, so now we can start writing other endpoint too. So inside customer.js, I'll create fast, I'll create other function too. So what I'll do, I'll simply copy and paste get get customer by ID, and here we'll need a ID. So for that we'll use ID equal to request dot params, because it is similar, like it is, this framework is similar to Express, so we can use params here. Okay, and then we have to select start from customer, where I have to check what is the ID name, customer dash customer underscore ID. So I have to use customer underscore ID equal to question mark, and we have to pass that ID in this empty array. Okay, and then after passing the ID, then we have to export this function get customer by ID, get customer by ID. ठीक है, and then we have to grab that function here, fastify dot get, and this will be customer, and then ID in customer dot get customer by ID. Guys, what I'm going to do, I'll first make all the functions, all the endpoints, then I'll test each endpoint. But for now I'm going to make all the endpoints, so that I just don't want to make this video lengthy, so that is why I will test all the endpoints in the end. So now what we can do, we can delete the employees. For that we just copy and paste this code again, and here delete customer by ID, and just we have to change this thing, delete from customer by employee ID this, and then we can delete customer by ID, delete customer by ID. Okay, and in customer route.js we can specify the route, delete slash delete customer slash ID, and then customer dot delete customer by ID. Okay, the next one is post. That we will, let me just make the post fast. So we will use add customer equal to async request and reply, and this will be arrow function, and what I'll first use try and catch block here. Let me just make this screen bigger. Try and catch block, if error reply dot status dot 400 dot send error, and otherwise what we are going to do, we are going to const this structure all the request dot body, whatever we get inside the body, we are going to get those fields from the body. So what will be the fields? So customer address. So let me just copy this field, customer field name. Oh, customer email, and then customer name, customer email, customer age, customer address, customer age, customer address, and then customer dash phone number. Let me see if it correct. Customer phone number, customer name, okay. Okay, so these fields we have got from the request.body. So now what next? So we'll simply use let customer data equal to await and then execute query. Here we will write the query insert into customer value customer dash name customer dash email customer dash email and customer dash age and customer dash address and customer dash phone number, and then we can close this, and then we'll pass the values question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark and then okay, and we'll simply pass those values from here in array customer name customer email customer age customer age and then address customer phone number. Okay, and then here we can send the response reply dot status 200 201 newly created data and then send customer data. Okay, and then we can come here and configure the route for that customer dot post is here add customer and then customer. I think we did not export that function from here, so we have to do that too. So add customer done, and we simply get that function from here dot add customer. Okay, and the last one is update. For that we simply copy paste this post function, simply copy paste and paste it here. I'll change the name update customer and we'll also change the query parameters. This query will be changed update customer set customer dash name equal to question mark customer dash email equal to question mark customer dash age equal to question mark customer dash uh, address and then customer customer underscore phone number. Okay, and I forgot to give here and then question mark where customer dash underscore id equal to this. Okay, we have to also get the id. Let id equal to request dot params dot id here and we'll pass that id here. id okay, or we can also do one thing here, not passing id here. Let me just make this backtick and instead of question mark here we simply use dollar and then pass id. Okay. Okay, and now we can export update customer and grab it in put update customer. Okay, on the basis of id and then customer dot update. Okay guys, I think we are done with the coding part. Now what we are going to do, we are going to test each endpoint whether it is working fine or not. Okay, so let me just open the, so for that here customer then id we can try to get 8. As you can see guys, we are getting customer by id, that means customer by id, get customer by id, it is working fine. Now we will see delete, whether delete is working or not. So we copy this and and paste it here. Localhost 3000 and then let try to delete 8. As you can see guys, 8 has deleted successfully. Now if you try to grab it again, then let's see what we get. We are getting empty, that means id 8 has been deleted successfully. So now the delete by id also working absolutely fine. So now check post. For post, what we'll do, we just let make it post. Inside body we have to pass the data. So let's copy this JSON from here and paste it here. JSON customer name, but we have to do like this: customer name, customer age, customer email, customer address, customer phone number. Okay, and what is the post route? So add customers. So we can simply type here add customer. Let's see whether it is working or not. 400 guys, we are getting 400 back. Customer id doesn't have a default id. So let me see why we are getting this. So I need to go to MySQL and describe this table, describe customer. Before that, let me use data. Customer id, it is not null but primary key. But why it is same? Customer id doesn't have a default value. Default value. So what we can do guys, let's just copy this and paste it here, and let me see the id. Well, let's give it 13 and then question mark, and also I have to give this inside customer dot id. mm, Customer dot id, and for that we have to add one more question mark here. Okay. Let's hit it again and see. You have an error in your SQL. Check the menu. Sudo. No, where we are getting this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we have to also pass here customer dash ID and here customer dash ID. Okay. Now see, as you can see, guys, it is working now. Actually, guys, हो क्या रहा है ना? What is happening here? If you remember, we have also worked on Java. So this table was created by the Hibernate, and if you try to run this application using Spring Boot, then this customer table will be auto generated. This customer ID field will be auto generated, but in this case this is not auto generated. That is why we are passing ID. If you can see, we are passing ID too, so that this query does not break. So guys, that is why there's that error has arise. But now we have solved that. Now we can move further. So we have inserted one customer. We go and check. Uh, as you can see, we got. Let me add one more customer here with the name Sonu, age 22, Sonu, and he lives in Bihar. Okay. Now if we check, so duplicate ID, because customer ID 13 has already created, and we cannot have another data on same ID. So we have to change the ID too, because ID is not auto generated. That is why we are getting this error. So now we have changed the ID. Now we hit the send button, so we should be able to get the new customer. Okay. Now new customer has been created successfully. If you see the database, you will have this customer here. So okay, you can see Sonu and this. So now let's check update. Okay, update. Do we need to pass that customer ID here also? Because I don't think we have to pass the customer ID here. So let's check it. Uh, we'll make it put and and customer update. Just copy this route, paste here, and ID, let's update 14 ID. Okay. Instead of Sonu, I make this name Sonu Singh and ID Sonu Singh, and let's keep other things same. Okay. Now if I hit, so let's see, change rows one. So it means it is also working fine, but the status code we are getting 201, which should not be this. Okay, so we have to change the status code for update. Just 201 means newly created, anything which is created newly. So for that we use 201, but update we have to use 200. Okay. Now, but our put is also working fine. If you see, it was earlier Sonu, now it is Sonu Singh, and if you see the email ID Sonu Singh, at the let's update ID 13 Bhupi at the rate. Let's make it Bhupi cool. Okay, so just pass ID 13 here, 13 here, and let's make it Bhupi cool, and same thing here, Bhupi cool. Okay, If you don't pass this ID, I don't think this ID will matter here because okay, we can also remove that ID. Now we check change row 1. If you go and check MySQL DB, here if you see Whoopee cool. So guys, our all the endpoints are working absolutely fine. And one more thing that I want to do, that is in customer, I don't want to see the MySQL structure. For that, what can I do? Customer data equal to await execute. Oh, we can't do that thing here because our ID is not auto generated. That works only when the primary when your primary key is auto generated, but we don't have our primary key auto generated, so that is why we can't do that thing here. Okay, so guys, this is for this is all for Festify. And I guys, we have seen how we can connect our MySQL database with Festify, and after connecting database, we have also seen how we can make the endpoint. So guys, this is enough, I guess, because video is getting lengthier. So I'll stop here. So guys, if you love the video, if you like the video, please do share and like and comment, because if you like comment, I get motivated. So please guys, if you are loving the content, so please share this content and subscribe my channel. So guys, thank you so much for watching.